Pakistan has been making many unique attempts in United Nations, taking advantage of its non-permanent membership status in the UN Security Council, in which out of the 10 non-permanent members right now, Pakistan is also a member. It has made attempts to become the chair of 1267 Sanctions Committee. This committee is a committee which has been appointed by the United Nations Security Council in order to target terrorists and their movement across the world. Then along with that, it also made an attempt to become the chairman of the 1373 resolution set up counter-terrorism cell. And this counter-terrorism cell or committee is a committee which evaluates national jurisdictions for their anti-terrorism frameworks. Then along with that, it also made an attempt to become a member or chair of non-proliferation sanctions committee that is set up under 2540 resolution. Now, the thing is, the mockery of the fact here is Pakistan is the nation which is at the heart of global proliferation network with respect to nuclear weapons. Whatever nuclear weapons are present in Iran today, whatever nuclear weapon technology is present in North Korea today, all of them had their origin in Pakistan. And along with that, under 1267 Sanctions Committee right now, nearly 254 individuals and 89 entities are sanctioned by United Nations Security Council. And the unique distinction of the highest number of individuals and entities again goes to Pakistan, with 50 individuals and entities from Pakistan sanctioned under 1267 Sanctions Committee. Then along with that, Pakistan is the home to terrorism. It is the nation in which Osama bin Laden had been found in a military city of Pakistan. And along with that, it also said that it wanted to chair the 1988 Taliban Committee too. And all of these demands were put forward in front of the United Nations Security Council. But the Indian diplomatic effort has made most of these ambitions of Pakistan infructuous. Primarily because the 1267 Sanctions Committee chair has been denied to it. And when it wanted to become the chair of 1373 Counter-Terrorism Committee, it has been offered only vice chair. And remember, India got the chairmanship of this committee and served with great distinction in the year 2022 when we were offered the position of chairmanship. And right now, the vice chair of 1267 Sanctions Committee is nothing much than a ceremonial post for Pakistan. Then over and above that, it has been given, one position, that is, it has been made the chair of Taliban Sanctions Committee. But Taliban is very fastly moving towards removing the tag of a global terrorist organization, primarily because the Taliban have established their government in Afghanistan and are seen to govern with stability in Afghanistan, because of which reason this committee itself is an infructuous and wasteful committee, and it was able to become the chairman of the same committee. So this way, Pakistan attempted to become, one of the important member of United Nations Security Council and chair multiple bodies. It became a failure. It has become an utter failure, and this shows the diplomatic efforts of India are being more and more positive and they are bringing better results. But at the same time, there has been criticism in Indian media that we were not able to stop the IMF, World Bank and Asian Development Bank's funds to Pakistan. But we need to remember one fact. Even though Pakistan is a rogue nation, it is one of the nations of the civic community of the world. Because of which reason, there are multiple commitments which are made by international bodies beforehand. That too, considering the poverty of Pakistan, in order to promote the socio-economic development of the world, these committees and these banks are duty bound to provide some support to Pakistan. And we should not consider it to be too serious. But what we can do is we can redouble our efforts in putting back Pakistan in a FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force, grey list once more, so that if it is put in the grey list, it will be forced to provide additional guarantees to the international funding agencies that the money which has been given to them or given to Pakistan would not be used either for money laundering or for terror financing. So that would be a real diplomatic victory for India. Let's hope so that this is going to happen in the near future. But in the meantime, whatever Pakistan is attempting to do, India is spending a lot of diplomatic energy in order to counter Pakistan's attempts. America is a society which has always been on boil. And Americans are people who have very strong political opinions with respect to various aspects. And the same political opinions on many occasions have converted into violent activities. And the recent such evidence is in USA, particularly in the state of California and in the city of Los Angeles, which is known for a lot of Hispanic population. Hispanic population are the group of people who come from the Spanish part of the Americas, both north and south. So this Hispanic population is of high density in Los Angeles. And recently, the federal government of USA under US Immigration and Customs Enforcement Office has tried to identify the illegal immigrants among them and deport them back to Mexico. In this attempt, this US ICE, that is Immigration and Customs Enforcement Office, that is ICE. This ICE as an organization has faced a unique problem in Los Angeles, primarily because many protesters, many people with strong pro-immigration mindset, they started opposing the activities of ICE. They did not merely oppose, they came onto the streets, they conducted protests. They in fact stopped the ICE agents from making the identification of illegal immigrants, and along with that they started violently rioting and also started involving in looting activities across Los Angeles. And this has become a serious issue primarily because the Democratic governor of the Californian state, he is also showing some pro-immigration outlook, and he is not taking very strict action against the protesters. Then naturally, Trump being Trump, he started threatening the California state with a severe action if it doesn't support the ICE agency's identification of the illegal immigrants. In fact, Trump said that he is going to deploy the National Guard troops who are under the control of federal government in order to enforce law and order in California. This is a very extreme statement. It is almost similar to imposition of AFSPA in India, and Trump has made this statement. And he also said that if the Californian governor doesn't listen to the central government and doesn't crush the protests, then the central government is going to invoke the Insurrection Act, under which the state government, unable to maintain the law and order in the state, will be forced to surrender its authority to the federal government of USA. And Trump even said that he is ready to deploy troops in Los Angeles and California in order to crush the protests. So this way, right now, the American politics are on boil again with Trump's strong anti-immigration attitude, and the people, particularly some sections of the population, are showing some pre-immigration or pro-immigration attitude. In fact, when we see these protests, there were some interesting signboards being displayed which said that no person is illegal in any place on earth. So which means that these people feel that the world is a family and every immigrant also should be permitted. But this is a very extreme liberal and woke ideology which is not permissible in any nation state. But in America, these kind of protests are ongoing. Let's wait and see if the situation similar to imposition of president's rule in India and imposition of AFSPA in India might also emerge in USA in the near future. ISRO has unveiled an ambitious plan by announcing and fast-tracking its plan to reach the Venus. In fact, this time the project has been named Shukrayan, as in traditional Indian mythology and history, the planet Shukra is nothing but the Venus planet. And in fact, Venus is a very important planet in the solar system, primarily because it is considered as the twin of the Earth. It is almost of similar size, and it is the second planet in the solar system of the Earth, and it is also very clearly visible with the naked eye, and it is usually called as the brightest planet or the morning or evening star from Earth. And in fact, Venus as a planet and Shukrayan as a project, both of them are very fascinating. In fact, Shukrayan project, which is planned for the year 2028, is going to orbit the Venus, and along with that, it is also going to send a mission or a minor probe into the atmosphere of Venus. But at the same time, Shukrayaan is not a standalone experiment of ISRO. It is a collaborative effort between ISRO and along with that CNES, that is the France Space Agency, and NASA of USA. And Shukrayaan as a project is going to in fact study the very unique geology of Venus. If you know about it, Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system with temperatures reaching almost 465 degrees centigrade. Even though Mercury comes closest to the Sun, Venus is the hottest planet. The reason for it is because Venus is covered by an atmosphere of carbon dioxide. And this atmosphere of carbon dioxide creates a runaway greenhouse effect without permitting the light to reflect back from Venus, making it one of the hottest planet. And Venus is also a planet in which there is no properly distinguished magnetic field, primarily because of which reason there are continuous solar flare effect is also present on the planet Venus. Then along with that, Venus is also having an atmosphere surrounded by clouds which are sulfuric acid clouds. And there is regular volcanic activity and more carbon dioxide fumes are entering into the Venus atmosphere, making the planet further hotter. And one unique aspect of Venus is on Venus, typically a day is longer than a year, primarily because Venus is a slow rotating planet. And by the time it finishes one rotation around itself, it finishes one revolution around the sun. See, such a unique planet it is. Now, the reason why we need to study Venus is primarily because it is said that Venus is the past of Earth. It means that during the time of formation of our solar system, Earth's position was very similar to the position of Venus. And in order to better understand our planet's geological history, it is better to study a planet which is present in the stage in which we were present at one point of time. Then along with that, if the carbon dioxide emissions continues on Earth unabated, so the greenhouse gas effect which is present on Venus might also get replicated on Earth too. That is the reason why some astronomers they said that Venus indicates the future of Earth too. So because of this reason, studying the planet Venus is very important for us. And over and above that, it shows the ambition, the technical capability of India. And studying Venus is going to be much more difficult primarily because you have to make an equipment which can tolerate the high temperatures of Venus. And we are right now planning to send one synthetic aperture radar. Then along with SAR, multiple electromagnetic spectrum, image capability machines are also being launched in Shukrayaan, and all of them are going to help us in getting a better picture of the Venus planet. Then along with that, there is also this problem of super rotating winds on Venus which flow at nearly 360 kilometers per hour, which is very fast. And if we are trying to enter the atmosphere of Venus, we have to accommodate for this 360 kilometer per hour winds also. And all of these aspects make the exploration of Venus much more difficult, and most probably we are going to use our GSLV Mark II or Mark III in order to explore the Venus atmosphere. And along with that, recently some international organizations have identified some traces of phosphine gas in the atmosphere of Venus, and that is nothing but it is its biosignature. Because phosphine is usually emitted by some kind of microbial organisms, and mainly on Venus also in these extreme temperatures, some biological life might be present. That is the reason why phosphine gas has been detected. So all of these aspects we need to remember when we study about the Venus and the Shukrayaan mission, which is set to be launched in the year 2028. We are very happy with the rise of the population of Asiatic lions over the past few decades. Right now, in the recent census conducted in the year 2025, the total lion population has been estimated at 891, which is a substantial increase from 600 odd lions which were present in the year 2020. And along with that, the range of lion also has substantially increased. and today it is almost nearly 35,000 square kilometers. Even though we should feel very happy about the increased population of lion, it also comes with its own set of unique challenges. First and foremost, the lion population, it could increase primarily because the local communities in the Gir and the surrounding forests, they had taken a very sympathetic view of lions. As the lion population, particularly the Asiatic lion population, which once used to be present in West, Central and South Asia, today is confined only to Gujarat region. And because of the pride which is typically associated with lion, the people of the Gir National Park, particularly the Mahaldari community, they played a very critical role in protecting the lions, and this helped them in increasing their population. And along with that, even the government of Gujarat also has taken multiple steps and recruited a lot many women forest guards in order to monitor the population of lion. And these women today are being called as cat women, as they have played a very significant role in protecting the big cat. But if the lion population increases the carrying capacity of any national park or wildlife sanctuary, then there is going to be high problem. Primarily because lions as animals are territorial. Their prides are also territorial, which means that a lion, particularly a male lion, along with its associated female lions, are going to have a defined territory of their own, which they mark through, by putting some scratches on the trees, and along with that, by having some scat marks and some P marks on different trees, they are going to mark their territory. And whenever any lion enters into the territory of another lion, typically there would be a fight, a territorial fight between them, and only one of them is going to survive the territorial fight. Now, the problem is, as the lion density increases in Gujarat, these kind of territorial fights are going to increase. Then along with that, the man-animal conflict potential is also going to increase, primarily because right now the number of lions are beyond the carrying capacity of these national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. This is the reason why the Supreme Court of India 10 years ago itself has given a direction to Gujarat government to transfer at least a few of these lions to Madhya Pradesh, where there is similar geographical setting, similar forests are present, and similar prey base is also present, and this will help in sustaining the lion population in long run. Primarily because in the year 2018, there were cases of a canine distemper virus which led to the death of nearly 35 lions in the Gir region. And if these kind of pandemics come, then maybe there is a possibility of wiping out the entire lion population which live very nearby. If they are shifted to other states, the possibility of survival is going to increase. Then along with that, the Gir region is an arid forest region with grasslands. And usually arid forests with grasslands are typically prone to forest fire. And if any such forest fire happens, there is no guarantee that the lion population is going to survive such a thing. And right now also in IUCN list, lion is still a vulnerable animal, and it is also protected under the Indian Wildlife Protection Act. But there is a high need to transfer at least some of these majestic animals to Madhya Pradesh. But the Gujarat government seems very, very inconsiderate of this demand, primarily because Gujarat feels that lion is the pride animal or a symbol of pride for Gujarat, and transferring the animal will adversely affect the tourism potential in the Gir region. Even though its concerns are genuine, we should not think in terms of mere or anthropogenic view. We should not think in. In fact, we need to take an ecological view here, and whatever best suits the interest of the species, we have to take the decision on its basis. And that is the reason why there is a need for us to shift some of the lions to the Kuno National Park, which has already been prepared in Madhya Pradesh for the re-entry of re-entry of lions. So these are the important things that we need to remember. And because of the need for genetic diversity, because of the need to avoid inbreeding, there is a need to shift the lions to the Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Thank you.